have some or little bit or a very few knowledge. To give its identification in the form of speech or words, what we call it, Rajon Vyomaha. There are three forces acting in creating the centralized power of the soul, which is the fundamental principles, and it is self-operative. It reflects stand-still position. Many lives may come and many lives may go, but I am there to take part. I am there to burn for you. I am there to hang after you. I am there for the sake of you. God's office are such. And that all these factors are existing in every human being. So we are one with the soul. But we experience in general life, our regular routine life, three powers working in every human being, which is known as by a single word, triad, T-R-I-A-D. The soul is described as Trigunatma. In Sattva-guna, to take birth. In dirty, Eda. Even soul doesn't get at all. It is tied up. Till the tie is not cut off, he cannot, even though he cannot do anything, he cannot speak. If it is cut off, even then you lie down separate. His original existence is after birth, and cutting the knots with the Navi portion of the lady, of which we are tied with Maya, and we become separate. Soul becomes separate. At that time, there is no activity but simply to lie down. If it is bored in hunger position, she cry for feed. And if for Tamogum, I have seen such births of children. They are more than phantoms and giants. They jump up, sit in one corner or some tack fixed in the wall, and eat the dinner of the mother with so many hands immediately. Mother may remain fast. She can see but cannot talk. If my child is doing like this and I cannot speak. In Sattva, Raja and Tama, there are three different forms that soul or the God's existence can take. So in Shakta, those who are devotees of goddesses, if they are known as Shakta, we should not enter so much deep into the differences created by the worshipping systems, but they are Shakta. In Shakta, it has been explained very nicely in a single sentence of 5 to 6 words. It is a state of being to be constantly and continuously enjoyed. Our existence is state of being, constantly and continuously enjoyed. State of being is there and enjoyment is our fate. Hence, in a way, Shruti, it has been nicely explained that Upabhogena Shamyata, how we get peace, tranquility, satisfaction, only when we enjoy this state of being with its existence, how it operates, and what is to be understood by that, in knowing capacity of the God's one's own mind strength, not our mind. Our mind is always fiscal, changing like a weathercock and taking different aspects in different circumstances. And that too as per wishes of long-standing desires of birth. We are ever changing. But there is no change. Once I had a discussion with my great Bap Swami. Swami, what you talk, I used to talk with him. You know, world is coming newly born every day. All branches of knowledge are being opened. Books are written, libraries are filled up. Learners are learning, reading, and learners are giving lectures, and people are astonished. And you say that you are everything, you need not bother for all this. He said, he called me a sugar ka bachcha. Bukkar bolta hai, bukkar. I laughed at him, this fellow. And rather may talk in friendly terms. You don't bother for my talker or take it off him. You see, the persons who are coming every day in the world, they are simply changing their faces and they are destined in previous birth fate. So don't regard that they are white, yellow, golden, extra talented. No, there's no meaning practically. You drive out that image from your head. He may say so positively, but in moving with the public and their cavity created by them either in depth or in height, gap created, there is specific talk with adamant wording and a tough fight in talking with me. But by strength, I have done all this. Apart from that, you go to originality, Trigunatmaka, Triguna Sattva Guna. Even though soul living that small child who doesn't know anything except crying to express his requirement, still soul is there. On being fed up and is fully fed up, still quite calm point. So, in Rajoguna there can be only activity in the same body. And that activity, you regard it as a mind in different directions according to the circumstances and which you have to face and created by you. It is not better to say created by you, because God has already explained in Gita, third and the creation is my work. To have different thoughts and all these things to create in everybody's mind is my business. God takes pride of the universe, cosmos ego. You can't escape. And creative aspect is my mind. In knowing capacity to make argument this way and that way, that strength which lies in you to speak otherwise, nonsense or silly, is also my strength. God is so loving, you have all foolishness of yours, He is in the bottom of you. But what will happen? He may remain at the bottom and at the far support of the backbone of the backside of the body. He may be there. But what will happen? You know only this. I cannot understand it. In understanding what he says, Bhuta Bhavaha, to have constant creation and having my existence created, is a Bhuta Bhava. World is going to have its existence on taking birth. Bhavat Akara. And every human being, whosoever comes to birth, has its some wishes of long many lives and births. He will operate it and he may create some things in the world which may take shape either of the body or of the things. Bhavat Akara, Udbhava Bhavatkara, Visarga Karma. So in all this it may happen in normal routine course. And the running life of his original vitality, of the prana shakti, of fundamental operations, it's all going straight as a strata. In the language of Mr. Kher, as strata. But what would happen? Man would exist mind. In understanding this, he says that I have got mind. Even on a concept created and its regular life of our brought up into higher stages. That's what we know. And which is known as mind is an ordinary mind of requirements according to circumstances, and thinking is limited to that. So original mind is God's one soul. Another mind of working and function is the strength. Now, suppose if it is the case, then how can we support to our good thoughts or good deeds to express by word in the sense of attitude that has been sustained as a matter of concept accepted and relatively created simply in thinking. Whatever I have done is good with unity, with forgetting everything, not remembering of the world. That means in one tune with the God. But this concept is in the understanding. But it can never come in speech. Because this individuality stands separate in thinking this. Now the selfless ego cannot be served. So, only this knowledge is only given to sannyasi. Those who have discarded them from the havings, belongings, likings, all have left. It is for them. And there is only one mantra, or 4 mantras of Vedas. Aham Brahmasmi, Ayam Atma, Aksharam Ida Brahma, Om Iti Ekakshara Brahma. And in concluding all those 4 highly principles, there is one mantra, and that is only related to the soul, which is being termed in Sanskrit language as I am. That cannot be shown. Your body can be shown. You can point out each and every body. You can describe the figure, working, shape, size, and fancy of its maintenance. This is all perversions. It does not reflect in the soul. So, the wording of that mantra is I am now. Atma, when you speak that term I am or Atma, even though you speak which dwells inside, which makes you point out your one's own self. What is that? I am. No. What no? Idam. Idam is a Sanskrit term. And in its acronym it is known as Vityanta Pratyaya of the Nam. That means specification to the self or to any identity that is present just before us. Idam. That can be pointed out by finger to another person. That can be shown for the sake of identification of that figure accepted as a separate thing. I am na idam. That what is being seen and can be shown cannot be a soul. In its inner side it reflects, and in its outer understanding it is a clear fact. But in your Nyaya Shastra or Vyakaran Shastra, it is a complaint of the learned giants. If it is so, if it cannot be shown and pointed out, then the why soul itself shows its own body. That is our mentality mind, normal mind, working on wider level or universal level. Puts us question, why we point out the body? Shariram. But what he speaks after pointing out, he speaks about the physical body. Even that, then what body exists? Physical body that you can see for all the births and lives and ages together, our present age and past age, by shape, size, understanding, concept, perception. But even perception after conception, there is a mind also, which is a condition. What that condition creates? Though it is being seen, physical body, it appears before each other. Even it is not that. It If we stand before each other, it is not that, body is not that. And we are accustomed to have all functions by our physical body and its organic system. And even so, our culture of thinking or understanding is that physical body, as a language of Atma soul, it cannot be regarded. But now, these sense created in our understanding by the constant touch of the body, constant functions by our body, constant approach of each other in having the personal life. We can only remember body and we can only think of the body. And the version or the understanding created in the mind that body is everything. According to that, in previous ages there is a proverb, Shariram Sarvam Khalvarma Sa. जो शरीर है सचमुच खलवज practically its true self. It is the only via media by which we can cultivate the habits of original knowledge. If there is no body, we cannot talk of it. Now what is that? What is the meaning of Sharirana? Now we see, in everyday life, we see that somebody is dying and somebody is taking birth. It is a constant chain. It cannot be stopped. But whatever it may be, taking birth and dying is only nothing but vanishing body. शरीर को खलास करना, नष्ट करना, यही प्रोसेस है. And due to fast acceptance of our knowledge that only the body is there, in which this knowledge is sustained, by which we can live our life, enjoy the married life, children, resting at it in old age and all this, but physical body must be there. So we cannot derive out or drive out the theme which is sustained in our understanding in normal function of the life. But it can be changed. There is a specific meaning to Shariranam, Iryate. Sharir ko from outer side to inner side. There is one luster, Vishwa, universal cosmos, power or light operating, which you constantly take as a vital force always shining in the sky, which is always shining. It has no function. By heating process and due to creation of vibrating forces operated in that, the base of pressure of air bring the vital force for our existence in the form of breath. So we had strength received from God or the universal mind, from which vital force comes for keeping our existence in the form of inhaling and balancing the life for exhaling. But to give a tough fight, we have to learn the kumbhak, and then we can face the whole world like anything. Most important. After that is a yoga chapter. We should not intermingle all this in these things. But now, while regarding firmly as physical body as everything and all the while everything truth as a truth, but its existence is due to flow of vital prana from upwards to downwards in every human being system. It goes inside, remains whatever required quantum and goes out, which is not required by the body. Body cannot tolerate the strength of the vital force, which we take every moment. So what innerly exists? The vital force in the form of light and in the form of waves. We call it spandana, vibrations. In our present spiritual fundamental language is vibrations, the vital force. It is the first operating force to keep up the existence, but not of the body. He is existing. Self-operating. Its operation is upward and living is downside. Now, suppose if a man dies, who leaves the body down without doing anything, it is subject to death. What happens? The flow of vitality that which was coming down remains up, and whatever vitality remains inside comes out, and the body falls down. Soul of the cosmic life never dies. And whatever sustenance you have created during passing of the life in accepting some livelihoods, likelihoods, likings, that all remains with your body. And take up all these things at the time of birth, due to desires and passions that you have sustained as a matter of liking in food, in clothes, in appearance, in look, a gent's body, lady's body. It's all a creation. So what we have to derive from this? It is the only light and a vital force which is self-operative and constantly moving from downward to upward to keep up each and every body living. And that living principle or element which goes out of the body is required to be vanished either in the form of it should be buried in the land or burned to fires or thrusted in the sea. The body cannot be kept. The worst. But this knowledge, by that mantra, the vibrations created, we drive out the sensitivity accepted in you as a matter of acceptance, folly acceptance, and will create a new strength. And for within that triguna, in that stride, sattva, raja and tama, tama guna vanishes, raja guna dies, and sattva guna remains. That I am the strength which hold the vital power. Strength, whose and where? He unknown. By its strength, he formed the body. By forming body, we create personal ego. And that appeals